Last time, if you remember, we were right here. We stopped from our front yard project. Now we continue doing the backyard, a backyard patio, an outdoor kitchen. We'll complete this entire project on this designer's landscape. Got to show you the changes that have taken place here. If you remember, this patio, while it was here, west exposure, open, kind of hot. Now the homeowner has extended the concrete and built this overhead structure that is beautiful, roomy, and really a heat protection with skylights that allows the light to come in. If you go back and look at what it was like when it was open, now it shows you the potential we have here for the kitchen counters, the grill, a fireplace over here. And we're going to change the appearance and layout of these steps, while all this will be pavers, both indoors and outdoors with screened enclosure. Let me draw some lines of how we're just going to make all this connect together. Now, this will give us an idea of how we're going to bring all this together. This walk, naturally, ties right into the patio here with what will be a screen and a screen door, entrance off the side here. Now, I still want to meander towards you, and we'll have an outdoor patio, something like this, that breaks off of here and meanders all the way around to the other pad. Okay, our walkway will join from this direction, and this is what I want to show you. Most people only have an indoor or screened in patio. This is going to invite the outdoors and the indoors with a nice circular outdoor pad here from column to column. This is 15 feet by 18 wide. And a nice invitation here, and it earmarks, and we don't have to follow the stiff, rigid lines. We've got a curve in place. We'll crank up the sod cutter, remove this unwanted turf in preparation for our paver install. It's so amazing and rewarding how every little step of the construction looks better, looks good, makes sense. I want you to take a look at these steps because they're going to change. We're going to try to bring a scallop shape here, circular, covering over the pad I'm standing, and bring it up to floor height so that when the homeowners come out here, they'll have a bigger landing, one step till still, all this will be covered, and it'll come right off this height here. Now with pavers, this is run into a common situation here. Pavers are a blend of colors, and it's try to get a match or a mismatch or how the colors look. The homeowner mentioned possibly painting this brick. And I think it would add simplicity to the picture instead of the walls being busy and the floor being busy. So we'll see if that happens. If so, we would encourage him to go ahead and paint this soldier line as well to tie it in and make it all match. This is the main entrance in and out of the patio. Another one off the kitchen, a square box there. We'll round that also with the scallop step. So next, really, we've got almost a couple inches of paver base to come into here, and then running some sleeves for our electrical, our gas tie-up for the grill. But as you can see, things are taking shape. Now, Tremoron has a saying, we make it easy. and we're going to attest to that today. The segmental retaining walls we'll use here are made from the same exact color or blend as our patio, Sierra blend. It's one of their favorites or most popular. But what's nice about these three-piece walls, they're three-sided. On one side it is tapered so that you can make either a straight line by reversing these or doing radiuses. So for walls, even fire pits, making columns, these stack up really easy. So when it comes to your next outdoor project, think about Trimron. Trimron, we make it easy. To view the Trimron catalog online, go to trimron.com. Now laying pavers is really almost the easy part. All the prep work that takes place. I got to tell you too, this is a professionally installed project, which if you're a homeowner, this wouldn't be the kind to start the paver learning curve, if you know what I mean. A little walkway, a little square pad might be helpful with limited cuts. Here we marked out the steps, brought in the paver base. They'll be ready to compact this, but we also had to consider the grade line. We had to bring in dirt on our outdoor patio just to bring the grade up. These lines were all set and marked so we'd know where our finished floor height would be. Again, the idea was that this original step would go away. So you see the paver base being brought up. They knocked off the corner, the outside edges there, so we're going to do a radius. You'll hear the saw in the background because they're starting to cut those soldier lines. That'll be the outdoor radius for the steps here and there and the circle of the patio. A little more prep, then we'll begin actually laying. really suited to a professional nature. In other words, you wouldn't want to learn how to do pavers. The learning curve here is a little more complex. Now, if you're a homeowner, you want to start a little square pad or a little sidewalk, fine, I get it, with minimal or no cuts. Here we've got radiuses that all have to be cut and mitered. Today, instead of using sand to top dress our pavers and lock everything in, we're going to do it with a permanent product, a polymer-based sand and mix, G2 from Alliance, Gator Max. Now, this product, instead of using the regular sand, it's broomed into the crevices, it locks everything in, and then you add water to activate it. And instead of weed seeds germinating in the cracks and crevices or ants burrowing, none of that. It comes in different colors, a beige, a gray, slate gray, ivory, which we're using today, and then a black. As a professional, I want to recommend to you from Alliance the G2 Polymeric Sand. Permanently installed, gives integrity to your patio for a long-lasting finish and tightens everything up. The G2 Gator Max. You'll love it. Okay, the patio is finished. Well, not quite. we've got to top dress it. And so I'm trying to get some of the little rocks and stones out of the way, opening up the crevices. And usually, most contractors would put down a builder's sand, shake it, and even vibrate it into the cracks. Today, we got a special feature here. We're going to use G2 Gator Max. It's a polymeric sand that fills in the crevices and then hardens up when you add water. Water activated turns the polymers into a hard product that not only stabilizes the integrity of the patio, but keeps ants from burrowing, keeps weed seeds from germinating in the cracks of the patio. You know what I'm talking about if you've done this before. So this product is really fun, easy to use, it's improved, long lasting. Let's start it by the step and I'll show you just how simple it is. Now I'll say this, well-packaged material here. This thick bag is weatherproof. How many times have you brought concrete or whatever product that's in bags, and what happens? Well, when it gets wet, these are rain-proof. So a nice fine product. I'm going to pour a little drip line here. And then I'll end up sweeping this in. We've got a big crack or open space between the original step soldier and where the pavers are. Now, let's try that. And then to begin, you're going to broom it, but this has got a little squeegee in, and I like to use it first. Kind of lay my first bed down. Then I'll use the broom to come back and fine tune it. You waste no product here. Everything will be swept and cleaned to a fine finish before we add the water, which activates the polymer. So we're going to start in this corner along this back wall and move to our open patio, back to front. Now, all these cracks and crevices have been pretty much filled, and so we'll use a plate compactor now to vibrate all the polymeric sand deep down into the joints, even underneath the pavers. So then when water is applied and it's activated, it'll firm up this whole patio. When it comes to outdoor kitchens, there's one company I deal with, Tri-State Distributors. Grills, fireplaces, stainless steel cabinetry, refrigerators, and all the accessories you'll ever need for your next outdoor kitchen project. Tri-State Distributors. Okay, what we've been waiting for, time to activate. One thing you don't want to do here is to really flood this too much with water. A light coat, just enough, and the spray nozzle does perfect, just to seep down into the joint and harden off our product. Now, I put a nice bead over here. It'll recede or recess and perk. Got a big joint there. So it's almost like being able to caulk up against the house where the old meets the new. and really seals it off good, nice and solid. It'll turn hard like a hard plastic. Perfect. So the wet look we have here is exactly what the pavers will take on once we get this sealed. So we will seal it and begin building our outdoor kitchen. Now, Tremor has a saying, "We make it easy," and we're going to attest to that today. The segmental retaining walls we'll use here are made from the same exact color or blend as our patio, Sierra blend. It's one of their favorites or most popular. These stack up really easy. You see the wall going up behind me there. So the first course was really the toughest because we had to figure out the 45 after we turned the corner. And then that is liquid nailed or glued, so to speak, adhered to the paver deck itself. And then we start to come up. And so you see them on the second or third course. But what's tricky is on the face of them, putting our cabinetry in place, spacing that out uniformly, deciding the floor height of those, and then upper, how much paver wall we have under between there and our counter. So all that has to be considered. And I'll admit, this is not a homeowner backyard project. The professionals here, George and his team, are doing a great job. Now, some time has lapsed, and you're probably wondering, why am I rebrushing polymeric sand into these pavers? Well, we had a consideration with our fireplace. The patio paver floor was sloped, so we had to bust a section out, level it to get a level fireplace. Take a look. But the homeowner had this piece of wood that we've installed in. I also took a cap and kind of tiered it up, and you could still do something on top, something ornamental or ornate, but we've got a beautiful fireplace. Now these caps will go at the owner's request around this wall with a little reveal on the front and to this other side wall to tie it all together. Well, we have run long on time. Our countertops still need to be cut and installed, so we're gonna have to say so long. Hope you get a chance to really enjoy what we've accomplished here. I'm Gary Allen. I'll see you on our next project. Thanks for watching.